And we are live. How you doing tonight, folks? Those of you who aren't here yet, I'm sure you're doing fine. And we'll be here presently. Hey, Thrash Bondo here. I'm doing my traditional post Thanksgiving Sunday night live chat. That is to say, it's the first Sunday since Thanksgiving, so it's about as post as you're going to get. Don't mind me. I'm just going to chit chat while I wait for somebody to actually show up in the comment section. Someone to actually chat with. And oh, we have a winner, and it's Sean Innes, and he says first. Yeah, Sean Innes, nice to have you with us. You always show up, but very seldom are you the first. You must have been waiting with breath that is bated. Oh, look who's here. It's Lance Chafin. Sorry, I was not there today. No problems, no problem. Oh, and I have a question for you, by the way. I look like I got an old Facebook message, direct message from you, but it didn't have your icon on it. So I was afraid that either you got hacked and the hacker was passing on to me, or there was a hacker that was using you as like a Trojan horse. Not sure what the situation was, but if that was you, I'm terribly sorry I didn't get back to you. And let me know if that was you so I can, of course, respond. Tracy's here, says hi, Lance. GR is here, says good evening. GR, great to see you as well, by the way. Welcome to the party. Gary Carpenter's here, says Merry Christmas, everyone. Merry Christmas, Mr. Lawrence. Merry Christmas. Shannon says, just finished watching a premiere and was ready this time. You're always ready. When you get here, the party starts. Tracy says, I have been worried about you, Lance. Are you okay? Yeah, are you okay? Good. Oh, and Lance says, yes, that was me, Thresh. Sorry, didn't mean to ignore you. In that case, I will respond and be sure to respond next time. For some reason, it didn't give me your icon. It always does too. And oh, and Len says I'm okay to Tracy. Good, good. We're always not worried about you. We're always concerned for our friends. Oh, John's here. John Orchard is here. Says good evening. Good evening to you, John. Welcome to the group. So glad we could have you. Zublex is here. He says good evening. Shannon says Tracy's fractured history and more. Oh, he's saying hello to everybody. Very nice of you. Lynn says we had our first snow in Kansas City. Well, we haven't had snow in Cape Cod yet. It got real cold last night. It was 23 degrees. Crazy. Gary Governor says, hey there, an apple orchard. A Minneapolis, Minnesota. Oh, look who's here. Nostalgic Paul Blast. He says, hi there. Chance, it's so great to have you with us, as is always. Dominic D is here. He says, hey, Bob. Hey, everyone. Dominic, so glad you could make it. Oh, and Tracy, I got to tell you, and I'm a little embarrassed because, being into the alternative music scene, I should have done this before. I only recently discovered, and I know what a Susie and the Banshees fan you are, I discovered their cover of The Passenger, the old Iggy Pop song, and I gotta tell you, I have fallen in love with their cover of The Passenger. I think I might actually like it a little better than Iggy Pop's. But regardless, it's an amazing cover, and I'm sure you're already familiar with it. Uh John says, "Oh, the jokes." I imagine you people using that all the time. And Tug says, "Hey y'all, and hey to you too. So great to see you, stranger." Oh, and Lance is also saying to Tug, sorry he wasn't there today. Uh, Gary Carpenter, speaking in emojis and a Santa face entry to you as well. And Tug says Iggy Pop even said the Susie version is better. Oh, he did say that. How was I not aware of this cover? I was like really into music when I was in the college scene. So I'm just astonished I never heard her cover of this song, but it's amazing. It really is. This reminds me that there was a show. Oh, what was it called? It was on Cartoon Network during Adult Swim. John Pena explains the universe or something like that. And he did a whole show about how he had just discovered Baba O'Reilly, and everyone's like, "How? How could you have not heard this song?" The guy's like pushing 40. It's like, how have you never heard this song? He's like, "Have you heard this new song? I just heard it for the first time." So yeah, I'm having a one of those moments. Pod Blast is going live at 8 with classic Star Trek trivia going away. Two cool prizes, a DVD and a 1977 vintage Star Trek print item. Oh, that is so cool. Wishing you all the luck in the world. I'm glad you decided to stop by and say hi before you did this. Um, love me my Star Trek trivia. I got more of your shows, Pod Blast. I got to. It's just been so crazy as late. He then goes on to say, Doug enjoyed the movie review. That was a really fun one. Oh, you're talking about Lawnmower Man. I still haven't seen it yet. Again, been busy. Oh, and only 257 just popped in. And yes, very, very sad. Marty Croft died. I don't know how his brother's holding up, but I'd be devastated. I found out this morning. I found out late last night, I believe. And Len says, Tug, I did not get an email with the link. Oh dear. Oh no. Oh, Ken Wilkinson. Christopher Wilkinson is here. He says, good evening, Bob. Christopher, so good to see you. Glad you were in Cape the other day. I'm glad you had a good time. And Tug just jumped off the page. I thought I said it. Very sorry. And 257 says, MST3K joke, believe it or not, or not, this movie is too long. It should have ended 2 hours ago. Pablo says, I wrote the trivia questions. I'm rubbing off on you. And Dominic D says, I think Marty Croft was the younger. Oh, younger than Sid? Oh, I always thought they were twins, to be honest with you. I thought they were twins. But, Darrell Johnson's here. He says, Bob, other brother, how are you doing? Oh, but apparently, yes, he was the younger brother. Oh, and Pablos is a huge fan, as is 257. And I'm gonna just jump back up here. A lot of people saying hello to one another, which is good because it lets me skim down. Pablo says, hope all had a happy holiday weekend. Certainly did. Very, very pleasant. 257 says, just saw that Riff Tracks version of the Magic Sword Sean today. Emma Miller's here. She says, hey, all. And hey to you, Emily. So amazing to see you. Your camera says, Dave had a video about the Croft brothers. He certainly did. He went to CroftCon. But yeah, he posted a video about the loss. By the way, only 257, Mike Silva, all my other Rift Track fans out there, have you guys seen any of the new MST3Ks they put together? Good news is it has Joel Hodgkins in it, but they've changed Crow's voice. It's a female writer collaborator. I can't think of her name to save my life. I'm sure she's super, super talented, but when she does Crow's voice, it sounds more like Davy from Davy and Goliath. I don't know if I'll ever get used to that. Crow always had that very snarky, okay voice, and now and I'm not trying to knock it, but I don't know if I'll ever get used to it. And any other comments or thoughts out there, please share them. That's why we're here. Tug says we were thinking westerns. I could do westerns. I'm all about it. I mean, you'll not be too surprised what my favorite westerns are. They're usually done by a certain Italian filmmaker. Only 257 says Pawns the Magic Sword. Rift Tracks version is hilarious. MST3K episode was funnier. MST 3K season 13 was great. Pablo says to me specifically, how long are you going to be on Thrash? I don't want to be on when you are on, so I'm set up to go live at 8 p.m. Star Trek trivia and prizes, but I can hold up. You know what? I'll probably be on. 90 minutes seems to be the runtime. I don't want to trip you up. I don't want to trip you up, Pablo. 90 minutes seems to be the runtime. I'm thinking, what time is it now? It's about 20 of 8. What I'll go. I could go a little early, like maybe like 8:45, and that'll give you a chance. Well, it's still much later than eight, but yeah, the 7:30 kickoff time kind of puts me at a certain capping point. But why don't we say between 8:35 and 8:45 and 9? And again, I'm sorry, I didn't realize I was actually stomping on your tippy toes. Tug says, Lance, that will be Sunday, 12:10. Um, uh, Emily says Pablo usually runs an hour to an hour and a half. But Shauna says 8 p.m. Western. Oh, Danny's here. He says, greetings. Oh, Pablo says, cool. Thank you. If that worked for you, that worked for me. Great, great. Oh, Len says the 12:10 is his birthday. Happy birthday, prelated. And Gary Cameron says, have you seen the movie I first told you about, The Sword of Lancelot? I don't think I've seen that one off the top of my head. Owen Christopher says he's doing well to Emily. Awesome, awesome. And only 2007 says season 13. Funniest episodes were Beyond Atlantis, Batwoman, Dr. Morbid, Munchie, and the Sea Shape of Things to Come. I think I saw Shape of Things to Come. I'm trying to rack my brain because I saw it without them doing their bit as well. But dreadful movie, dreadful movie. Oh, Dust Gimp is here. Scott says, "What's up, everybody?" Dust Gimp, so great to see you. What up, Thrash? Oh, did you get my DM with the list of my lightning round films? Sorry, I didn't get that to you straight away. Oh. There. I pinned somebody's message, by the way. Just because, and now I've undone it. Just because it froze up again. Pablo says, yes, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard. I can play video clips at the start to stall. I don't. Oh, that'd be great. You don't interfere with me. Yeah, if you got filler material that you can keep so that we can accommodate both. That'd be great. And again, why don't we say tonight, guys? 8:45. We'll do a cap at 8:45, and I get an early day tomorrow. I won't be able to make it tonight. I'll watch it replay. But those of you who want to keep the party going at Pod Blast, please do and enjoy. And don't give me the answers because I want to play Even and or Steven. Oh, and you got StreamYard. Oh, and I'm glad you love it. Yeah, I got some message from them. I meant to open it up, but I haven't had a chance yet. I keep promising everyone I'm going to do StreamYard. Most of all, I keep promising Danny we're supposed to do a collaboration from like a year ago. And Tug says, "Oh wow, Lance, happy 2 weeks before your birthday. Very good." Oh, and Emily says that's very nice of you, Pop Bless. It is. It's very, very, very clutch of you. Thank you. Sean Innes says he's welcoming Zuplex. Gary says only I saw that one. I'm guessing it's the Lance movie. Oh, and Batwoman. It's fair. And 257 says Riff just did a live riff on the movie Red. I have not seen that. Oh, and Zuplex says welcome, Sir Sean. And oh, Pablo says just hit the like. Yeah, what he said, hit the like. Oh, come on, we got 15 people watching and only 9 likes. Really, really, we can do better than that. And 257 says Gary watched the Rift X version of The Shape of Things to Come. Was hilarious. I'm gonna have to rewatch it. And let's just see what else we got going on here. And Pablo says, I'll not start the trivia until you are finished, pal. Sorry. No worries, no worries. We got this. We got this. And oh, Emily says, "What's the link for Pod Blast?" Jenny, would you mind dropping a link for Pod Blast? By the way, be really appreciated. I believe you can also watch it on Facebook too. I've done that in the past. I don't know if you can do it this time, but I've done that in the past. And Dust Gimp says, "I totally forgot about mentioning the boy in the striped pajamas during our stream. Might add that to the list." Hey, no, that would be very appropriate. And Tug says, "I'll be in Old-fashioned after party. It'll be an old-fashioned after party. There you go. There you go. Oh, and Gary Carpenter says he'll try. And 2007 says the funniest riff tracks are Planet of the Dinosaurs, Super Mario Brothers movie from 1993, and the live version of Santa Claus and the Ice Cream Bunny. I saw them do Santa Claus and the Ice Cream Bunny in the theaters. It was one of their simulcasts. That one's amazing. And I like Planet of the Dinosaurs anyway. And Denny says it's freezing here, 38. Brr. 38. It was 23 degrees on Cape Cod last night. But commiserations are due. Commiserations. Gary Garber says, whatever you want to do, it's your show. Thank you. Of both me and Pablas, I'm guessing you're talking. Oh, and there's the link. Thank you very much. And everybody's saying thank you to Danny. And Tracy says, I like MST3K, but I don't like the girl host. I like Joel the best. Like I said, I've only seen one episode with her in it. Her live stuff seemed to be okay. It just the voice of Crow just it just irked me. It's like every time Crow said something, I'm like, well, I don't know, Davey. You know. But hang on, I'm getting a little parched here. Hold on. Not much better, but hey, I tried. A lot of people thinking, Danny. Danny says, yeah, I'm sitting outside smoking. Gee, smoking what? Gary says, I've got HR Puffin stuff on DVD. Oh, touching tribute. A lot of people saying very cool. Oh, and Shauna has now subscribed to Podblast as well. We are a family of co-subscribers. Oh, now we got 16 people and 14 likes. We're getting close. Denny says a couple of things. Well, go big or go home. And Pablo says, well, and 257 is talking in emojis. Awesome. Actually, you know what? No, I don't want to start the trivia now. A lot of people actually show up around 8 for the trivia. So I don't want to start it. Lisa Fields and Cindy D and Music Girl, they might actually show up while I'm doing it. I would be heartbroken if I didn't wait for them. Oh, and by the way, all you guys, if you don't make it tonight, hello, shout out. Tom, the Hungry Jerk, I thought was coming tonight. Haven't seen him yet. We'll keep watching. Baked Bean, just so you know, shout out to you. We miss you. House of Alex, of course. I already said Music Girl, but we doubly miss you. Mandy Butler, anyone that I'm forgetting. If you watch this in replays, Serena Abbey, all you folks, if you're watching in replay, shout out. I'm sorry you couldn't make it, but I'm glad you're here in the replay. Oh, speaking of people who just made it, What You Mean says, hello, everyone finally made it. It's okay, we only started about 15 minutes ago. And so far, we've been doing is having fellowship. One thing I will put at big news is after my show, Podblast is having a Star Trek show where he's going to actually have his own Star Trek trivia and whatnot. That sounds like a hoot and a holler. David's here. Hey, David, how's it going? Watching a movie called Bells Are Ring. Well, the bells, they certainly are a ring, aren't they? And Dave, it's so great to have you. Thank you for joining us. And we're doing the whole John Boy thing. Hello, John Boy. Hello, Liz Girl. Hello, Walton Mountain. And everybody's having fellowship and saying hello to everyone else. Oh, speaking of House of Alex, I just gave you a shout out, House of Alex. Hello to you. So glad you could make it. And let's see what else we got here. I'm actually caught up. I don't know if I'm getting better at reading comments or you guys just aren't as participatory tonight. I'm kidding. You guys are amazing. 257 says, mean, hilarious, David, Gary, stupid phone. Having trouble with your phone, dude? That's what I got out of that. Sorry about that, lad. Oh, and Danny's giving us another link. I believe this one's to Wajimeen. Wajimeen, by the way, I got to tell you, I love your shorts, the jokes. I love the little puns you got. I've actually done some posts like that myself, actually. And you got to check out his funny quips. And they're absolutely great. So please check him out. Oh, and again, speak of the devil, Tom the Hungry Jerk is here. I just gave you an audio shout out a few seconds ago in case you were here in replay, but I'm so glad you could make it, Tom. Great to see you. And please tell me I did the Great Escape justice. Let's see what's going on here. Alex is always nice to get about. Oh, I'm sorry. Always nice to get a shout out. Appreciate it. I'm changing glasses, by the way. That's another problem. For some reason, even though these are good reading glasses, I think the screen is just a little far away. I'm going to try these. Holy cow, I can see through you. Oh my gosh, and they're tinted. Oh, Mrs. Thrash found these for me. Not sure I like the geek rims, but hey. they fit the persona for this channel. That's certainly true. And I appreciate the shout out. Oh, Alex, please keep putting out your excellent content. Oh, and Danny be a dear and give a link to House of Alex as well. Oh, and what do you mean saying thank you? You're quite welcome. And Gary Cameron says, only I've been getting movies from YouTube. I just got some saved from the last few days. I don't. Isn't it great? You can actually find full-length feature films on YouTube. Sometimes they put commercials in, but I can live with that. Zublik says, "Get a bigger screen, T-Pons." What's wrong with my screen? Oh, I'm using the laptop. I'm using the laptop because I'm in the dining room. I have a bigger monitor on my desktop, but that is not being utilized at this moment. But better glasses help too. I could also pull it closer to me, but I'm afraid if I touch it, the camera will go out. And we just can't have that. Oh, House of Alex says, Danny, did you watch the Survivor series? Is that the BBC show about the post-apocalyptic, the people surviving after the plague? I did see that one. That was great. I even saw the remake of it before they canceled it. Oh, Tom's at work. That's why. Emily says, personally, I have a thing for geek frames. Really? Emily, I'm flattered. No, I'm not getting creepy. I'm being silly. But thank you. I appreciate that. And thank you for the link, Danny. Number one dude is here. Great, number one dude. Good to see you. Great to see you. Great to see you too, number one dude. Lynn says, I was giving a link to Emily and Tracy and saying to email him. And Dominic D says, you look like Buddy Holly with those glasses. Okay, Buddy Holly was always thin, tall and thin, and I don't think he ever had a beard. Well, thank you. I'll take the compliment. I thought Buddy Holly was awesome, but other than the glasses, I think that's about as far as I get. But thank you, Dominic. I appreciate it. I kind of like them, and again, they're tinted, so I'm gonna wear these. And I'm just getting positive feedback. You guys are wonderful. Great for my self-esteem. And House of Alex is glad to see it too, personally. Again, are we talking about the same series? The one about the post-pandemic in the UK? Because again, there were two. There was one I want to say from like 1975 to about 1978, I want to say. And then there was one that came out, I want to say, much later, like 2014, I think, 2012. But let me know which one you're talking about. Gary Cameron says, I don't think you can put your email on here. Well, maybe you shouldn't. I don't know. And Sean says, wink to Emily. And 2007 says, Amazon Women on the Moon, funniest movie ever made. I love that movie. I was just talking to Terry Talks Movies. I'm sure some of you have seen Terry Talks Movies. He and I were talking about it. It's a great flick. It's a great flick. Oh, and Lance Javin says, 257, there's Mo Thelma here. There's no Thelma, I think is what you're meant, but I read phonetically. Emily says, all young, y'all thin dudes looked like Buddy Holly with those frames. Pretty sure you're right. I do have wavy hair. You can never tell my hair is wavy because I always wear a hat when I'm on camera. But yes, you can in that photo of me with Christopher at De Palma. You can tell I got like the wavy hair because it was right before I had it cut. Tug says, "Oh, and you're Marilyn Monroe." Oh, Weezer. Ooh, ooh, you look just like Buddy Holly. You see, I got it. I got it. And speaking of Weezer, have you guys seen one of the funniest SNL bits I've ever seen in my entire life, particularly if you're a Weezer fan? It's the one with Matt Damon. It's a Christmas dinner, and two people at the dinner get into a fight because one is old school Weezer fan and the other is like new stuff. Weezer didn't start till Mike Shop Giant. It's one of the funniest things I've ever seen. It's right here on YouTube. Check SNL Weezer sketch. It's hysterical if you are a fan of Weezer. I see. Alex is talking about no, it's WWE. Oh, I'm sorry, bro. I forget you're a wrestling fan too. I was thinking of the Survivor Series, but I hope you guys saw it and enjoyed. Gary Governor says, "T, I've got to get another pair. Mine broke, but I taped them back." I had a friend in high school who did that, but it's not doing good. What I do, my trick is I just these are all like uh Dollar General. I get those like 3 packs for $6 at Ocean State Job Lot, and I just blanket my house with like cheap cheaters. Cheap cheaters. Sounds like my first wife. And Emily Miller says, Lance, I don't email anybody unless it's a business matter. And Lance says is okay with that. Emily Miller says, take off the hat then. You want to see my? You can't tell it's wavy when it's cut, but I will never refuse Emily a request. And 257 then says, Emily, oh, have you seen the new Netflix movie with Adam Sandler voicing a turtle? I have not. I have not. Alan Danny says, the only thing Pons knows about wrestling is Andre the Giant was Bigfoot and the $6 million man. And I told him that, LOL. Actually, when I was back in high school, I actually was a huge fan of the WWF. Favorite wrestler was Tony Atlas. At the time, Vince McMahon owned a venue on Cape Cod. It was called the Cape Cod Coliseum, and they got some pretty big talent up here for Cape Cod. That was many, many, many years ago. But I remember I saw Jesse Ventura wrestle. I saw who else did I see back in the day? Oh, it's been so many years. But again, Tony Atlas was my favorite. Oh, I saw The Rock's father wrestle, Rocky Johnson. I saw him. He wrestled with Ivan Putski, I want to say, when they were trying to become tag team champions. I just jumped, so I might miss a few comments. Dave is here. That's why things are blowing up. Everyone's saying hi to Dave. Dave Sunstrom is here. He says, hey, y'all. Dave, so great you could make it. Oh, and Justin Allen's here. Justin, I'm so great to see you guys as well. Tracy says, nice glasses, Robert. Yeah, Mrs. Thrash found them for me. And Len says, I have similar glasses. Excellent, excellent. And House says, I think a Ghostbusters TV show could be cool. They've already had it. They've had two. They had one, which is a direct correlation, which was animated. And then they had one with Larry Storch and Forrest Tucker, which was unrelated. Oh, and Dennis dropped us another link. Excellent, excellent. I'm just skipping through because a lot of people saying hi to Dave, hi to each other, hi to Justin. Gary says, T, have you ever heard of a movie called Zat? 1971. I have. I've heard of it. I am completely drawing a blank, but I think I actually have it in a compilation box. I will do more research on it and get back to you in further, but I have at least heard of it. Justin saying hello to Tracy. Tug says, Lance, I'm really enjoying the Monarch show too. It's better than I expected. Number Dude says to Tracy, fractured history and more. I'll just saying hello to her. Indy Spouts is here. Indy, so great to see you. You're in time for trivia. Indy Spouts is here and says, just made it. What's the trivia tonight, Bob? Sorry if you've already mentioned it. Oh, it's okay. I can't remember if I did or not. It's famous celebrities who made appearances in classic TV shows. But the shtick, and this is the important thing, it's where they're appearing there as themselves. I mean, Vincent Price did any number of TV shows, Victor Buono. I mean, there were people who actually did the guest star circuit, but were playing characters. These are cases where the celebrity appeared as themselves in the show. And Dave is saying thank you to your support for Lance. And you know what? I think on that note, because again, at this point, people are just pretty much chatting with each other. And if I miss anyone's comment, terribly, terribly sorry. But as it is now 8 o'clock ish, I'm going to start the trivia. And as always, I'm going to start in no particular order. Number 10. This perennial entertainer made a brief appearance in the Brady Bunch episode Hawaii Bound. Was it A, Don Ho, B, Trini Lopez, C, Wayne Newton, or D, Jimmy Durante? And I think we can almost extrapolate this one, but I decided to start with a gimme. But I'll repeat anyway. This perennial entertainer made a brief appearance on the Brady Bunch in the episode Hawaii Bound. Was it A, Don Ho, B, Trini Lopez, C, Wayne Newton, or D, Jimmy Durante? And some people are going with the ironic answers. D. Give you guys a few more moments. I love the way Indy answered the question, by the way. Very, very good. You know what? I'm going to give it to you. And Simple says, no Don Drysdale. not in this one. So, yeah, there we go. Dominic D answered the question in the same fashion. Tiny bubbles in my beer make me happy while I'm here. We sang that in college. But anyway, you guys do know it. It was Don Ho. And again, even if you hadn't seen the episode, and I'm shuddered to think anyone on this channel wouldn't have seen it. But again, you could have almost guessed it because again, it's Hawaii Bound. Now again, Vincent Price was another guest celebrity on that show as well, but he didn't play Vincent Price, although he acted like Vincent Price. But anyway, moving on. Question 9. Which castaway does not appear in the Alf episode Over the Rerun? Was it A, Ginger, B, Marianne, C, Skipper, or D, Gilligan? And I shall repeat. Which castaway does not appear in the Alf episode Over the Rerun? A, Ginger, B, Marianne, C, Skipper, and D, Gilligan. And if you know your Gilligan's Island history, you could probably extrapolate that one as well. And I'm seeing a lot. Tom Hanks. Different Castaway movie. Wilson! I'm sorry, Wilson. I knew him, Horatio. A man of infinite wisdom and mirth. He was a ball to have around. Ball to have around. Okay, I think Will Robinson. I love it. Give another moment because they're still pouring in. Oh, Indy, he put the pieces together. And yes, it was. Yeah, if you know your backstory for the Gilligan's Island, Ginger never really embraced the experience afterwards and never got into those reunion episodes or made for TV movie sequels or anything. The others did. But yes, Ginger was the one who was not on the episode of Alf. Question 8. Which Marx brother makes an appearance in a classic episode of I Love Lucy? Is it Groucho, Harpo, Chico, or Zeppo? And I shall repeat. Which Marx brother makes an appearance in a classic episode of I Love Lucy? Is it A. Groucho, B. Harpo, C. Chico, or D. Zeppo? I see the right answers pouring in. It's actually one of my favorite episodes. And while it's pouring in, he repeats a shtick he had actually done with Groucho in an earlier movie, and it's just priceless. Shemp. Oh, touche. Superflex says Oprah. Couple more seconds while the answers keep pouring in. And one dude says, "Does only Groucho speak?" Oh no, Harper was the only one who didn't speak. Chico affected this very forced Italian accent, and Zeppo was just nondescript. But Emily says she loved all the Hollywood episodes. Yeah, a lot of people love the Hollywood episodes. David says Judge Judy. I love these ironic answers. I love I had a professor in college who would actually give you partial credit if he asked a question on an exam and you didn't know it, but you could give it an absolutely wild, crazy answer. He would still give you half credit. So, as they say, go big or go home, or lose big or lose home, or the pieces are all there. You know what I'm trying to say. Oh, but I suppose I should give you the answer. Harpo. And they do that very famous mirror skit where the mirror is broken, but they're Harpo and Lucy are mimicking each other. It's a very, very great scene. Number 7. This famous Hoofer made a legendary appearance in All of the Family. Before I proceed, don't know what it is tonight. A. Gene Kelly, B. Buddy Ebsen, C. Sammy Davis Jr., or D. Mr. Ed. Get it, Hoofer? See what I did there? Anyway, this famous Hoofer made a legendary appearance on All in the Family. Was it A. Gene Kelly, B. Buddy Ebsen, C. Sammy Davis Jr., or D. Mr. Ed? Oh, E.T., I love it. Love it. Yeah, it looks like everyone's got this one. Gary Carpenter says, "A day at the races, a night at the opera. Both are great." Yes, they both are great. Justin points out Martin Balsam from Psycho. No, Martin Balsam, of course, very good. He was on later incarnations. He was in Archie's Place. He played Archie's business partner. And yes, he was in Psycho. So good catch. Oh, Brogu's here. Brogu here says, "Hello, everyone. Hello, Thresh." Oh, Brogu, I'm so glad you could make it. Excellent. Thank you. We're about halfway through the trivia. You can watch the first parts in replay, though. Indy Spout says, Martin Balsam will always be juror number 1 to me. Love 12 Angry Men, one of my favorite movies. Great movie. And I can remember what the order of which one is which. But yes, great movie. And Zubik says lots of buffering. Is anyone else getting buffering? If you are, I apologize. Number dude says, by my tongue. Tug says Arbogast. Oh, and then 257 says super fine. Now, good. But Dave is getting a little, and Emma's getting no buffering. Oh, well, it could be regional or something. And Denny says, looks great to me. Check your connection viewers. Oh, and Dave says it's a bit cool. Sorry about that. And Indy says, I can name the jurors in order for you if you're a good boy. Thank you. I'll see what I can do. Oh, Gary Gummer says he's getting it too. Watchman says no buffering, but really delayed though. Strange. And Tug says there was a brief buffering, but I don't miss anything. Good, good. Oh, and Dominic D says no buffering here. Oh, and Tracy as well. Oh, and Dave says funny Minnesota. That joke got a big laugh actually, and that one just kind of came to me. Uh, oh, and Justin says Buffering, sponsor of the '80s game shows, indeed. Oh, and number one dude says, by the way, Thrash, I like those spectacles. I got some new ones, and I'm going to try that style. Please do, please do. Oh, Tug says 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There, I named them all. Very good, Tug. Very good. And Zublik says, prefer Anison. Oh, that's a 70s drug, if ever I've seen. But anyway, did I give the answer? I don't think I gave the answer. Obviously, it was Sammy Davis Jr., and I think virtually all of you got it. We'll move on to number 6, and then I'll get scores. This kid show host guests and pardon me. This kid show I'll come in again. This kid show host had a guest appearance on Happy Days. Was it Soupy Sales, B. Buffalo Bob, C. Captain Kangaroo, or D. Major Mud? I shall repeat. This kid show host had a guest appearance on Happy Days. Was it A. Soupy Sales, B. Buffalo Bob, C. Captain Kangaroo, and or D. Major Mud? And wow, it's kind of all over the place on this one. Oh, Mr. Led's here. Hey there, Tug and Wedge. Oh, Mr. Led, I'm so glad you could make it, by the way. Oh, how'd your family visit go the other day? You said you had family over. I hope you had fun. I thought more people would get this one. This was a really, really good episode. I think the problem was it didn't center on Buffalo Bob. It actually, well, if I say it would center around, I'll give the game away. But I thought it was one of the funnier ones they did, and it had a nice message at the end. Uh, yeah. So yes, I'm going to give the answer at this point. Oh, wait, hang on. Dennis Kitten says there's a Robin Williams Mork joke in there. Yes, there is. There has to be a Mork joke in there somewhere. Yeah. Well, of course, that's where you got to start. Robin Williams got to start on Happy Days. But the correct answer, of course, is Buffalo Bob. It was the episode where Richie decides he's going to get rich. He's going to get a photo of Clarabelle without his makeup, because this paper will pay like a lot of money. I think it was actually the paper he was working on. Promised him a big bonus and um, uh, job security if he could get the picture. And Potsy gets the picture, and Clarabelle is naked but still in his makeup, so he can't use that one. But he finally does get the photo. But Buffalo Bob convinces him that the good thing to do would be to not post the photo and not ruin all those children's depiction of Clarabelle, and I'll just stop giving plot synopsises while you people give scores. And a lot of you have already started. Zublix is 4 for 5. Tracy's 5 for 5. Tug is 4 for 5. Alex is 4 for 5. Mr. Lynn says, um, wet well, Bob. Only 3 deaths. That good. Excellent. Excellent. Gary Gabbard is 4 for 5. Sean Ennis is 5 for 5. Excellent. Emily says Buffalo Bill is more interesting. That's crazy. Christopher says, I got 4 right. Excellent. Only is 4 for 5. Dave, of course, is 5 for 5. Denny says, what? Buffalo Bob wasn't that guy skinning people in Sons of the Lambs? Um, Different Buffalo character. That was Buffalo. I think it was Buffalo Bob, but a different Buffalo Bob. Emily says she's 5 for 5. Dominic D is 5 for 5. Gr is 5 for 5. Tug says, "Can you imagine Buffalo Bill on Happy Days?" Yep, yeah, Buffalo Bill was the Silence of the Lambs dude. Thank you. But there's also the Buffalo Bill, the Western charlatan. But there we go. And Dave was 3 for 5, and Indy, of course, is 5 for 5. And Dave says Escape from New York is great. It certainly is. It certainly is. Oh, and then Dominic D says Dabney Coleman. Yeah, he did. He played. He had that show about the. It was like that shock talk show, like Morton Downey Jr. had back in the day. Yeah, I remember that as well. But anyway, moving forward, we're now at number 5. This Laverne and Shirley star did a guest spot on Bosom Buddies. Was it A, Eddie Mecca, B, David Lander, C, Cindy Williams, or D, Penny Marshall? I shall repeat. This Laverne and Shirley star did a guest spot on Bosom Buddies. Was it A, Eddie Mecca, B, David Lander, C, Cindy Williams, or D, Penny Marshall? See, oh, Dave, you taking off? Dave, so glad you could make it. Always nice to see you. Take care, and looking forward to seeing you again very, 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 very soon. Tug says, now I'm trying to imagine Dabney Coleman in Silence of the Lambs. Yeah, this one really went rogue, didn't it? Emily says, B, I really don't know. And Isabel says, Penny for your thoughts. Oh, Sean, I missed the question. Oh, no problem. Here, I'll give it again. This Laverne and Shirley star did a guest spot on Bosom Buddies. Was it A, Eddie Mecca, B, David Lander, C, Cindy Williams, or D, Penny Marshall? And the answers are still coming in, so I will give it another few moments while people continue to. And I think there was actually a connection. Yeah, I think Tom Hanks and well, I don't want to give the game away, but but I believe there was some connection through. Oh, Lynn's getting some buffering. Very, very sorry, dude. Newbrook says, "Boy George, that was a great answer." D, Penny Marshall. D, Penny Marshall, and I can't remember if it's because Gary Marshall was one of the producers on Bosom Buddies, but I know Tom Hanks did at least one episode of Happy Days, so there was some connection between the two of them. But in any event, Penny Marshall was the answer. And then moving on to number 4. This 50s entertainer appeared as a concert performer in an episode of Laverne and Shirley. Yeah, speaking of Laverne and Shirley, was it A, Frankie Avalon, B, Annette Funicello, C, Fabian, or D, Frankie Lyman? I shall repeat. God, I'm dying. This 50s entertainer appeared as a concert performer in an episode of Laverne and Shirley. Was it A, Frankie Avalon, B, Annette Funicello, C, Fabian, or D, Frankie Lyman? A lot of you got this one. But I'll give it another minute. Henry VIII. I'm Henry VIII, I am. Henry VIII, I am. All got mad to the window next door. Things kind of went downhill from there. And yeah. Okay, a lot of people remember this one apparently. Yes, the correct answer was Fabian. Question 3. Which cast member of the Honeymooners played Vera's equally ditzy cousin in an episode of Alice? Was it A. Jackie Gleason, B. Audrey Meadows, C. Art Carney, or D. Joyce Randolph? I shall repeat. Which cast member of the Honeymooners played Vera's equally ditzy cousin in an episode of Alice? A. Jackie Gleason, B. Audrey Meadows, C. Art Carney, or D. Joyce Randolph? Oh, we're all over the place in the answers here. 2007 says, I'm guessing I haven't seen all the Honeymooners yet. Sean says, geez, no idea, Audrey Meadows. Well, I'm seeing a number of the correct answer, but maybe folks weren't as big of an Alice fan as I was. I remember they used to show it daytimes in my area. So like during summers when I didn't feel like going out of the house, I would watch Alice because they would show that on there, and that's how I could. I didn't care for the spin-off flow that much, although it had Jeffrey Lewis, who I think is amazing. I've always been a fan of Jeffrey Lewis. And he's about to kiss my grits, Thrash. Oh, just now it says the only ghost Whoopi ever hears in a city of millions like New York City is Patrick Swayze. I know, right? Well, that was the irony. She was actually a charlatan, but somehow he could actually hear her. Oh, and Emily says, I loved Alice, but I didn't know much about the Honeymooners until much later. Oh. And Lynn says, guys, I'm out. See some of you later on Pod Blast stream. Hey, Lance, have a good one. And I'll get back to you on Facebook, by the way. Sorry, like I said, I'm always afraid that I got hacked once, actually. So if a message doesn't look right, I try to avoid it. And you remember, people were getting messages from me that weren't from me. So, but anyway, you take care of yourself. Oh, and the correct answer is Art Carney. Moving on to number 2. This game show host played Oscar's roommate from college in The Odd Couple. Was it A. Jack Barry, B. Chuck Barris, C. Bob Barker, or D. Monty Hall? I shall repeat. This game show host played Oscar's roommate from college in The Odd Couple. A. Jack Barry, B. Chuck Barris, C. Bob Barker, or D. Monty Hall? Oh, Farmers Content is here. Oh, I didn't recognize you right away. You have a different logo. Slightly different. Farmers Content, so glad you're here. You're just in time to see us wrap up the trivia game. Dave says, Thrash Bondo. I played his roommate from college, okay. And a lot of people saying hello to Form. And I think I'm going to call it because it seemed like most of you got. Oh, wait, hang on. Oh, Doug says Richard Dawson. Don't give the other questions away. Oh, Foreman says, I'm going to be disappointed if it's not Chuck Barris. That was a good guess, wasn't it? Yes, Chuck Barris was an excellent guess, but the answer, of course, is Monty Hall, who I believe did 2 episodes. But moving forward, speaking of game shows, this legendary game show host made a memorable appearance on an episode of Cheers. Was it A. Richard Dawson? Tug, thank you. B. Alex Trebek. C. Pat Sajak. Or D. Gene Rayburn? I shall repeat. This legendary game show host made a memorable appearance on an episode of Cheers. A. Richard Dawson. B. Alex Trebek. C. Pat Sajak. Or D. Gene Rayburn? And see a lot of answers here. Never watched Cheers, Emily, huh? I do see a lot of people getting the right answer on this one. Give it another moment or two. Doug, I think you inadvertently created a red herring because a lot of people are saying A. Oh, and you say some. Oh, here it is. He called it on Frasier once as well. He also did. Well, this will probably give it away. He also did an episode of X Files. He played a Man in Black in X Files with Jesse Ventura. Speaking of Jesse Ventura, and the answer is uh what is those? Almost like B B B B B B B B. Yes, B. Alex Trebek. Alex Trebek was the answer. It's the one where Cliff goes on Jeopardy and has this commanding, undefeatable lead going into Final Jeopardy, where all he has to do is not bet, and he'll automatically win. And of course, he bets everything and he loses. And Alex Trebek is there because it's all about Jeopardy. Anyway, folks, my voice is, I'm losing my voice at this point. I don't know why. I don't know if it was a double podcast. I don't know if I'm fighting something. Mrs. Thrash has been sick for like a month. Perhaps whatever crud she has, she finally gave to me. And since many of you are going to Podblast's channel anyway, how about we're going to call it at 8:30 tonight instead? He's been filling with filler material, but we're going to cut him a break and we're going to wrap up. It's like 8:25 now. So, oh, a lot of people say get well, Mrs. Thrash. Thank you. So you know what? First, let's get scores. Can we see scores? Awesome. Zublex is 5 for 10. Tracy is 9 for 10. Zublex is 9 for 10. I'm sorry, Tug is 9 for 10. Two only is 6 for 10. I do remember Chuck Lorre's talk show, Dominic D. Oh, yeah, who are people? Justin got the answer. Who are people who've never been in my kitchen? That's what Cliff says. Alex is a 6 for 10. Sean is 9 for 10. A lot of people saying, number dude, get well, Mrs. Thrash, thank you. And other people have said that as well. Tug as well. Thank you. Thank you. Christopher is 8 of 10. Excellent score. Christopher. Emily is 8 of 10. Best score to date. I'm very, very proud of you. You guys have all done very, very well tonight. I hope I didn't make my questions too easy. GR is 9 for 10. Number one dude got Uno, but you showed up late, so watch again and replay, see how you do. Watch it mean is 9 for 10. Forms consent says, I think I missed that one. Dominique. Dominique is 9 for 10. 257 says a family member has a cold. There's a lot of that going around, particularly in the Northeast. GR says, good night, Norm. Norm! Tug says draw 4. That's another game show. Indy Spouts is 10 for 10, but there were 2 guesses, so it doesn't count. It certainly does. Yeah, perfect score is a perfect score. David says, peace out, 5 for 10. Very good, very good. We're getting a lot of norms here. Alex says, I'm awful at these quizzes, but I always have a good time regardless. Thanks for putting them together. Thrash, my pleasure. I actually have a lot of fun doing it. And Mr. Lynn says, couldn't play. Too much delay. Get well, Mrs. Thrash. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that, Mr. Lynn. Sorry about the delay, too. And Emily Miller says, all correct answers count. So again, like I said, I got a early day tomorrow, so I'm not going to be able to catch Podblast show. Tell him I do say hi. Oh, someone just knocked over a bag of water bottles, but that's not your problem. Tell Podblast I said hey. I will watch him in replay at some point tomorrow. Those of you who do go to Podblast, pass that on to him. Have a wonderful time. For those of you who don't, have a great rest of your evening. I can't thank you guys enough. I have so much fun doing these. Sorry, I have to cut it short, but like I say, it'll be a nice thing for Podblast to get there a little earlier. And like I say, want to rest the voice. I don't want to push it too hard. Maybe I get a good night's sleep and have some herbal tea before I go to sleep. That'll alleviate that. But anyway, I just want to thank you guys. Oh, hang on. Oh, Alex is also saying off to bed. Yeah, it's like 2 in area, isn't it? Zibble says good night to Pons. Thank you, Zerblex. Great to have you with us. Dominic D says, "Thanks, Bob. Have a good night." And well, yeah. Everyone have a great. For those, you know what? Like I said, there's a lot of this crud going around. For those of you who aren't feeling well, my mom, Mama Thresh, she's been sick for like a month. I was talking to her last night though. She finally starts to sound better. So I don't know what's hanging on with her. She thinks it may have turned into a sinus infection. I get that. If I have a cold and it lasts more than 3 to 5 days, uh, if the sinuses stay blocked, it turns into a sinus infection, and I hate sinus infections. But anyway, so yeah, Mama Thresh. Hopefully, she too is on the mend. Emily Miller says, "Have a wonderful evening, everyone." And Aldrin says, "I have been sick for 3 weeks." Yeah, I think you got my wife got. Zubilik says, "Get well, Mama Thrash." Anyway, again, thank you guys. Have a wonderful night. I will be putting out more content this week, and there will definitely be another Sunday show, 7:30, and I'll try to run the full duration of 90 minutes. Um, Provided there's not something even cooler on after me, and provided my voice is still good. And again, if you haven't seen Tug's best war movies of all time, um, that we were working on today, please check it out. By the way, we had a lot of fun making it. Anyway, until I see you guys again, be good, be safe, be careful, and I'm looking forward to seeing you all again very, 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 very soon. Peace.